Hey guys, this is John Kalam from Kuhol Garage, and I'm here right now at KVI Quiklube. Going to be featuring and making a video about brake fluids, especially these brake fluids that are available for sale here at KVI Quiklube. So what we have here is total HBF3, DOT3 brake fluid, and also Petron DOT4 brake fluid. So what is brake fluid? It's a fluid that sometimes is not given too much importance by the normal motorist until such time that he or she loses brakes. And that can be as a result of brake fluid leaks in the hydraulic system of the brakes, or the brakes overheating and the brake fluid boiling. Brake fluid is a very integral consumable that should also be maintained much in the same way as you maintain your engine oil, your transmission fluid, and whatnot. So brake fluid is a hydraulic fluid that imparts force from your brake pedal up to your brake drum or your brake disc. Normally, modern cars would have disc brake in the front and either a brake disc in the rear or a drum in the rear. Before, brakes were operated mechanically. When you press the pedal, brake pedal, or whatever thing that you apply, you activate the brake drum, but that has quickly change towards hydraulic systems, mainly due to the fact that hydraulic systems create mechanical advantage. It is easier to impart and multiply more force given a particular braking pressure than it would be if it were a mechanical setup. But let us not go too technical on the braking system, and we're just gonna focus on the brake fluid. So the brake fluid again is hydraulic fluid that imparts such braking effort from your foot to the brakes that are contained inside your wheels. There are different classifications and grades of brake fluid. So the standard quality level is what you call DOT3. So DOT3 is something is a standard set up by the SAE and an organization called FMVSS. So that 3 brake fluid would have boiling point of 140 degrees centigrade. Higher grades of brake fluid would have higher brake boiling points. Let's say DOT4. According to this one has a minimum of 155 degrees Celsius boiling point. So what is boiling point so critical on brake fluid? How brakes dissipate the forward momentum is to convert kinetic energy into thermal energy. So when you apply the caliper, when you expand the drum, the shoe to the drum rather, the friction entailed dissipates the forward momentum. So that generates a lot of heat. But for example, you find yourself in a mountain road, going downhill, you're always riding on the brakes. There is a high tendency for the braking system to not be able to cope anymore with the heat that it generates. And eventually that heat affects the brake fluid. And since this is a fluid, fluids boil at a certain temperature. So for the DOT3, it is at a minimum 140 degrees centigrade. For higher quality brake fluid, this one is 155 minimum. Usually when we modify cars for motorsport, we were advised by our mentors to use higher grade brake fluids all the time. Even though DOT3 is sufficient for many an application and many case use, but when it comes to motorsport, you have to also understand that people who race cars would be driving their cars at a high rate of speed and would also try to brake as hard as possible, as late as possible, as short as possible. So the tendency for brakes to overheat is very, very much elevated when it comes to motorsport applications. So for guys who are playing with their cars, DOT4 at a minimum is recommended. For some daily driver cars, especially my MGZS style variant, the manufacturer already has required DOT4 as a factory fill. So for certain cars, certain performance cars, even certain daily driver vehicles, relatively new cars nowadays, the lowest specification that the manufacturer requires is DOT4 nowadays. But for many applications, DOT3 is more than enough. And so we sell a lot of these DOT3s actually. This is basically the minimum standard available. We sell total brake fluid, and we also offer Petron brake fluid here at the KVI Quiklube. I do recommend, my honest opinion is to really every oil change, have your mechanic check up your braking system, check for any leaks, especially when whether you are changing your oil or having your tires rotated or having your tires changed. Take it as a good opportunity to have your mechanic check the braking system, the condition of the brake lines, the level of the reservoir, braking reservoir, and make sure that your braking system is in tip-top condition. Maybe once a year or once every 2 years, make sure to change your brake fluid. The thing is with brake fluid is it has a quality that they say it's called hygroscopic. Let me put that here. I may not be pronouncing it correctly. Hygroscopic fluids are fluids that absorb water. So when you use brake fluid, in time it absorbs water from the atmosphere. That drops the boiling point of the brake fluid. So even if you use the car, even if you don't use the car, it absorbs water and it degrades the quality of the brake fluid. So it is recommended to change the brake fluid once a year, or latest once every 2 years. And before every long trip or whenever you're having your car maintained, just make sure to top up the brake fluid, and also inspect if you're losing brake fluid or whatnot. So that is an indication of a leak somewhere in the system. So if you have a leak in the braking system, wherever it is in the braking system, if you have a leak, get it resolved immediately. It is a major safety issue if you don't resolve brake fluid leaks. Inspection of your braking system, top up, brake flushing, brake cleaning, brake bleeding, and other services can be done here at KVI Quiklube. So KVI Quiklube is your periodic maintenance service center for out-of-warranty vehicles here in the Sucat, Parañaque area. If you are interested to avail of the services that are available here, not only with regards to brakes, but also on change oil, under chassis, and other related quick service operations for your daily driver vehicle, please do not hesitate to check out the Facebook page of KVI Quiklube. It is facebook.com/kvi.quiklube. Anyway, this is just a brief video about brake fluid. A reminder to all our viewers that this is a very critical maintenance item. The quality of your brake fluid that you use and the age of the brake fluid that is currently fitted into your car, you kind of have to refresh this and check for leaks. If you have any leaks, resolve it immediately. It's okay that your engine blows up, but if you lose brakes, that's not a good time. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope to see you guys on the next installment of these types of videos that we're doing for KVI Quiklube. If it's something that you guys like, please do let us know in the comments. But for now, this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao.